Hey y'all, this is Uncle Lila and this is Uncle Lila Plans. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoy. It's been a long time no see. I'll get into a little life update in a minute. I'm really happy and grateful to be getting back into this. So yeah, I realized that my 1 year anniversary for starting my YouTube channel is coming up. And this time last year, I was posting videos about getting ready for my 2026 lineup. So I figured let's continue the trend. So today's video is going to be about what to do when your entire planner system falls apart. What to do when just everything you've tried is not working and how you need to restart. So when planning is just no longer working for you, and how you can just restart at ground zero, basically. Little life update. As some of you may know, the last 6-7 months, probably since October of last year, I've been going through it, but we're almost out of it. I've been working 3 jobs, so it's why I've not been posting. I've just been so busy and so tired that I've just been so overworked, but I kind of had to work that hard to get to where I needed to be. And we're almost there. We are on the cusp of getting out of it, guys. So I figured now's a good time as any to restart. So given the fact that my life kind of took an extremely hard reset in January of this year, my entire planner lineup just went to hell. So everything that I wanted to use it for didn't end up being used for that. So I was just kind of using it more on like a survival basis. And typically when it comes to planning, you're planning towards something, whether you're planning your family's schedules, a goal, a business, or things like that. You have to figure out where you are in your life with your planning. So for me, I realized I was at the point of needing stability. I hadn't had any stability. So I was kind of like at the ground zero of life. I wasn't building toward these great, big, audacious goals because I didn't have fundamental stability. So that's still what I'm building towards. So the next half of this year is going to be focused on building stability for myself. So, and having stable peace, which was kind of my whole goal throughout the year, but we had to work really hard to get back to this point. So I'm going to go through what I do when I need to reevaluate my planner system, reevaluate my planning in general, and how I want things to move forward. So we're going to be using our handy dandy notebook, which let me open to a clean page here. And the tools that I'm using today is just this green room notebook that I got at Target a couple of years ago, and this Papermate Inkjoy gel pen in 0.5 and the purple ink. If you've seen some more of my like planning how to like functional videos, I typically use this notebook and this pen just to kind of show you how you can use just the bare bones basics in order to get your life on track. You don't have to have all the fancy supplies and washi tape and stickers and things like that in order to figure out your system or figure out how you're going to do things. So also this video may be a little bit clunky as I'm still kind of getting back into filming. So let me zoom you guys in. Okay, so we are going to plan our planner system. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is figure out what you're planning for. So like I said at the beginning of this video, it could be working toward a business. It could be working towards a goal. It could be working toward improving your life, relationships, whatever. So what are you planning for? So I am planning for a peaceful, stable life. So this is the grand goal that we want to work towards. Okay. So I'm at ground zero. So my planning may look entirely different than what yours is. I also don't have any children. I'm not in a relationship right now. It's just me and my dogs. So how I get to this is going to look entirely different than somebody who has children or has a partner or certain things in their life that they're working towards. So I want to plan for a peaceful, stable life. Now, what does that look like for me? So what does this look like for me? So for me, this looks like a clean, organized, which I can't, y'all know I can't spell, so please don't come for my spelling. Organized, that's totally wrong. Home that smells fresh and clean. And of course, this is gonna crap out on me as soon as we start doing this video. Okay, this looks like having time. Let me grab another pen. For my hobbies and loved ones. Staying on top of my health and keeping up with my meds and appointments. Having everything I need for myself, my dogs, and my household. Feeling peace, safety, love, and calm. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to add to this? Okay, so we're just going to go off of this. So what are we planning for? I'm planning for a peaceful, stable life. What does this look like for me? And this is what it looks like for me. So number 2. How do we get here? So what are the things we need to do to get to where we want to be? So we need a cleaning schedule, which can include deep cleaning, decluttering, etc. Okay, this looks like budgeting and sticking to our money goals. This looks like scheduling time for myself and those I love, work-life balance, sleeping well, eating well, listening to my body, developing, oh my goodness. Continuing. Jeez, oh Pete, I cannot spell, you guys. Continuing my mental health journey. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Keeping a household inventory, and shopping schedule. Making the life I want a priority. Close enough. Okay. So these are the things we need to do to get here. So number 3 is, how does this translate to planning? Okay, so out of the things I know I need to work on, how does this translate to planning? And we'll do /goals. So again, this is going to look entirely different based on what you're trying to do with your life. So for some of you, you may have already all had this figured out. For some of you, this is the bare bones basics that you've had for years, and you're at the more advanced goals. But like I said throughout this video, I'm at ground zero. So I feel like a lot of planners out there, when they're doing their planning videos, it is very much building towards higher end goals. And nobody really seems to be at ground zero, or if they are, it's more that they're making it seem like they're not for social media, if that makes sense. So the whole point of this video is to help people like me who don't know where to start, who don't know what they want, who feel lost and confused, because your goals are things like having a daily cleaning schedule and having a regularly tidy home while you're dealing with working multiple jobs and a chronic illness, and there's just chaos and confusion in life because you feel like you should have things already set up and in a certain way, when in reality, that's just not been your life. Like it's been straight survival mode, and we're trying to get out of that to progress to the things that we want. So we need to develop the basics before we can develop the advanced, if that makes sense. So while some of you may be looking at this and thinking, oh, this is stuff I already do, or why are you not doing these things? And it's not like I don't do some of these things. It's just things that have just been put on the back burner because we've been in survival mode for the last 6 to 7 months. So that being said, let's continue. Okay, so we need a cleaning schedule. We can stick to. So this seems daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. Having a backup plan for work/flare-up issues. So I have to come to accept the fact that I'm never going to have like the TikTok super clean house. Like I'm never going to have every square inch of this house that is like perfect, but it needs to be perfect for me. So I need to see what that looks like and what I'm physically able to maintain at the level that I'm at. So when it comes to budgeting, I can't spell to save my life. Budgeting. Bills that need to be paid. Things I want to buy. Household inventory checklist. having some backup bill money set aside, saving for our bigger goals. So some of my bigger goals are like getting a passport, which in America is rather expensive, getting a car, getting additional furniture for my apartment. So making sure that I'm sticking to my budget, that I am saving for the things I want to have because they're going to take longer to get, but that I have them, if that makes sense. So again, these may seem like very bare bone basic things, but we're literally starting from scratch. Okay, so something else I wanted to work on is time for hobbies. Stop doom scrolling because I'm literally the worst at that. Know that I am allowed to enjoy my rest and relaxation time. Put it in my schedule because it's important to me. Sleeping better. Can you see? Okay. Have and stick to a night time routine. Stop doom scrolling, which has been a very serious issue for me lately. At a certain time, get back into journaling. It is okay to go to bed early when you need it. And my handwriting is not going to be pretty or aesthetic or anything like that. We're just getting a basic plan together. So other things I wanted to work on is health. So my health. So we want to budget for our meds and appointments. Keep track of symptoms and flare-ups. Track food, water, sleep, mood, etc. Have time to process emotions. What's something else we said we wanted to work on? Hold on. Let's see. So I want to spend time with the people I love. Make it a non-negotiable, I can't spell that. Make it a priority. priority. Set up a schedule, possible schedule up to 1 month in advance. Look at activities to do in the area. Invite friends over for cleaning hangout. And what I mean by that is, like, if I'm cleaning my apartment or like mopping or whatever, I invite my friends over to spend time with me, but I'm still getting the things I need to get done, but they can like kind of like body double with me. It's like an ADHD trick to where if you're struggling to get things done, having somebody in the room with you will help you get those things done. So, hobbies. I think we already did the hobbies, but we'll do the YouTube channel specifically. Make filming schedule and stick to it. Okay, so 4. Putting this in a planner. So, I am sick of using the planners I currently have, but it's not in the budget to get a new one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change up how we're using it. So we're gonna need trackers. We're gonna need journaling, calendars, fun, pretty things to deco with. Reflections, goal breakdown, brain dump, trying new things. Okay, so these are the things we know we're going to need, and you can implement these by buying these from planner shops. You can implement them in like a bullet journal style. I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do, which in another video I'm going to show you how I'm going to revamp my current planner in a way to use it that I find most effective for me. And what do you like most about planning? So this is kind of switching it up a little bit on taking everything we need and how to incorporate it into things that we like about planning. So I like that it's a fun, creative outlet. I feel like I have my life together when I use them. They help me stay on top of my life and my goals. Okay. So now that we've figured out what we're going to be using the planner for, what planners are going to work best for us? Okay, so we know exactly what we need. We know what we're going to be planning for. We know what we're going to be working towards. So the ultimate goal of a planner is that it's used for you. So what we're going to do is figure out what planner is going to work best. Now, if you have the ability to try a bunch of planners, then that's awesome. I have to stick with what I have. So what you want to look at is layout, paper, style, which I think is a little bit different than layout. Layout is like a dashboard, vertical type of thing, whereas style is like book bound, disc bound, spiral, that type of thing. So, do you want to take it with you? Do you want on the go? Staying at home? Or both? What has worked and why? What have you liked and why? So something that I've liked, actually, let me pause this and go get it. Hold on. I'm back. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. So the planners I'm going to be continue using is my N2 Weeks and my Passport Planner. Now, something that I've really enjoyed about the Passport Planner, I know in my original beginning of the year video, I said I wasn't going to decorate it, but that has not been the case. I actually went through, because I was decorating my memory planner as well. So I went through and decorated for like between all of July and August. And how I'm currently using it is in these boxes. I'm putting important things and I'm kind of like journaling in the other free spaces. But this was just kind of like a creative outlet. I like how it looks. I like how I can use my little sticker sets from like Sadie Stickers and Simply Gilded and whatnot. And I like how like the layout looks. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's enough space to write what I need to write into it. I can really decorate and really get in here. So the only caveat or issues that I'm finding, I think I'm decorated almost all the way through September. Yeah. So what I'm finding is that I like to decorate. I like things to look pretty. I like it to look nice, but I also need it to be functional. So while with this much decoration, I can put in a couple appointments. I can put in like a tiny little like micro journal. I can't fit everything that I need in here. So while this is a great on the go, it's a great quick memory planner if that's what you're into, a great little fun, creative, decorative space. It's not something that's going to encapsulate every single thing that I need. So I know while this is fun and I really, really enjoy it, it's not going to be the end-all be-all planner for me. Now, if I were to use the back pages a little more creatively, that might be the case. But as far as the weeklies are concerned, it's just a quick week at a glance, which is what I could use it for. So this is just something that I enjoy using. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's, I mean, just look at this spread, guys. Like, let's zoom you in a little bit so we can get a little bit further detail. Like, this is gorgeous. Like, come on. Like, this is just so pretty. And there's a little bit of space to be functional, which I don't have that much going on in my life, but the things I want to track and the things I want to work on, I'm going to need a little bit more space. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try to use this, and we're going to try and use this. So if you've seen some of my Plan With Me videos, I have not touched this since March. So we're going to entirely revamp how this has been used. We're going to completely throw out what we were doing and we're going to do it all from scratch again. So we're going to make sure we're going to use the rest of the note pages in here. We're going to really utilize this as kind of like a workhorse. So what are things I like about these? I like the portability. I like that I can stick this in my purse and take it with me everywhere I go, because I like having everything that I need, like my whole planner, like with me. But I know that I can't fit everything I want in this tiny little planner. So like I have my commonplacing book, which I'm still using, but as far as a planner specifically, I want to be able to journal and memory keep and keep trackers and expense logs and my health and everything. And that is just not going to fit on these weeklies. Now, in the back pages, I might be able to utilize it, but in the Sterling Ink specifically, the passport was the quarter. It was the half year. So it's like 185 extra pages. Actually, let me see how many. Yeah, we got like 120 pages in the back. So, well, I've used it for lists and things because it was kind of like on my on-the-go planner. I could try to use it for like expense tracking and mood tracking and sleep tracking and things like that. But this is a very small space. So I could try. I could try and use it for that and utilize the rest of the pages that I have. So we may set both of them up and see which one I like the best, because I really like the fun decorativeness of this, but we're going to have to see. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking for my planners. So we're going to have a whole nother video with these two, setting them up and things like that, and revamping that system. So going back to this. So we figured out what's worked and why, what we like and why. So what we need to do size as well. Deco, because that's just, I feel like decoration is just as important, let me zoom you back in, as the actual functionality of it. Because at least for a lot of us, if it's not pretty, if it's not cute, we're not going to use it. So it doesn't matter what the good intentions are for it. If you don't like what you're looking at, you're not going to use it, and that's just the fact of it. So we're going to, what we need in our planner. So specifically, we need a cleaning schedule, a bill tracker, expense log, we need an income log, budget, pages, we need a week at a glance, daily pages. We're going to put a question mark by that because possibly. We need a mood tracker, symptom tracker, to-do list and tracker. We need food and water tracker, we need goal tracker, we need deco space, memory keeping, journaling, okay, so this is what we're gonna have so far. So we have all this space. So this is what we need in our planner. So encompassing all of this is how we're going to find the best planner for us, or things we might want to try. So something else that I really enjoy that I've missed is my disc-bound planning system. And the reason for that is, I don't know if you can see, let me zoom out a little bit. I don't know if you can see the chunk in this bad boy, but not all the weeks are decorated. And let me show you the months, which I've been planning the month of July. Wait, I did a little bit, but like, okay, so here's like the month of August. So I've just used a single piece of washi tape. It's not that decorative. It's not that elaborate. And at the beginning of the year, I did go through because I wasn't planning on decorating that this much. And I just laid down a single piece of washi tape. So because it's not decorated that heavily, it is very different in expenditure than in the weeks. But this is something I'm carrying around. So if this was like a disc system, I'd only be carrying around possibly the first month, or at least not all of the weeks in here. So these weeks would be they would be in another planning system or at least at home. So it's another reason why I really like this is I have everything with me, but it's like compact and small and it's really light. It's just like a cute little thing. So that's another thing you need to think about is what do you feel like you need to bring around with you, and how do you want to do that? So I've missed the disc system because you can just put everything in, like, because with a book bound, this is it. These are all the pages I'm going to get. This is everything I'm going to be able to fit in here for this book. So if it's not enough space, I have to have another book. And it's kind of the same thing with a spiral bound system. You can unspiral it. There are plenty of videos about unspiraling planners. It's not something I would ever try just because I don't trust myself like that. So for the fact of liking to add, subtract, and include things, rings and discs are good options. But I also like the idea of having everything with me. So like as an on the go, a book bound makes a lot of sense. So, but again, kind of the theme of this channel is using what we already have. So we're not trying to give into the FOMO and buy all the academic start planners or July start planners. And if you do need to buy a new planner, that's 100% valid. And go ahead and do that if that's what you really need to succeed. Because again, the planners are there for our success. We're not there for the planners. So, but ultimately, I'm going to try to finish up and use what I have. So we're going to try to do the weeks and the passport and see how we go from there. So this is kind of a rather long, wordy video. I hope that it's helped you kind of like plan out your planners and figure out your system and kind of why you feel overwhelmed and what works best for you and how you're wanting to use things. So this is something I've already kind of like looked into with my system and where I want to start and how I want to do things. And then once we get the basics developed, we're going to try to go in a little bit more in-depth stuff. So anyway, I hope this video helped you at least a little bit. I hope that you at least got some good tips from it or something that is able to help you. And if not, I hope you like the sound of my voice. But anyway, I love you guys. I've missed you guys so much. I'm happy to be back. And I just hope you have the most amazing, wonderful day. And that you know that I am so incredibly proud of you. And I love you so, so much. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.